evening, ghosts and ghouls. You're listening to a horrible podcast.
What's up, ghosts and ghouls? It's the one, the only, JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Tide of Thunder.
And today we have a special edition episode where I'm going to give you my top 30 horror movie quotes. And Todd's going to react.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like these are quotes that every fan should know. And if not, maybe you need to watch more horror movies. I don't know. I was kind of bored at work, and I was like, what can we do an episode on that we haven't done yet? And I've got 3 honorable mentions. These are not in any particular order. They're just 30 of the best quotes that I think, okay? Well, my honorable mention has got to be the first one. You got to be fucking kidding me, from The Thing, 1982.
Sweet.
I laugh every time I hear that. And what's his name normally signs that with his autographs? The guy that plays, what's his name? In The Thing, the guy that says it.
The guy.
Yeah, sorry. Drawing a blank. Whatever.
I know Keith David and I know Kurt Russell. And diabetes.
Yeah, there you go. Next honorable mention. There will be food and drink and ghost and perhaps a few murders. You're all invited. A House on Haunted Hill, 1959.
Yeah, that's a cool quote. A lot of people, especially our age, has only seen the remake of that film. Go back and watch the 1959 Vincent Price movie. It's a wonderful film too. So
it's amazing. I really enjoy that movie, remake and the original. And this third honorable mention, I think, is kind of crazy. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, Jaws 2, 1978.
Sweet. That's more like a
tagline.
Yeah, it's more like a pitch to get you into it. But I don't see anything wrong with including those type of taglines with the, quotes or whatever.
Yeah, because honestly, I kind of thought that was from the first movie.
Yeah, but it makes sense seeing that it's a sequel. Just when you think it was safe to go back in the water, here comes Jaws 2.
Jaws 2. Nom, 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 nom. Number 30. Boy, this is a long one. Boy, the next words that come out of your mouth better be some brilliant fucking Mark Twain shit, because it's definitely getting chiseled on your tombstone. Devil's Rejects, 2005.
Oh, yeah. Great film. Great quotable film. Good characters. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more from that film later on.
Yeah. Now, it's going to be some inspirational ones. It's going to be some funny ones. It's going to be cool ones. It's just a mixture, because that's kind of how I am. Number 29, a naked man stole my balloons from American Werewolf in London, 1981.
Yeah, and, I've never been a proponent of calling this film a horror comedy, but it is quotes like that can make an argument that this is a horror comedy.
Right, because every time I hear that line, I fucking giggle a lot.
Yeah, it's a great line.
I love it. Number 28, I have to return some videotapes, American Psycho, 2000.
Oh, yeah, American Psycho, great movie. One of the best horror movies to start off the 2000s with.
Right. And a lot of these that I wanted to incorporate in this list is things that we often quote ourselves. So that's one of them. All right. Number 27, a very infamous one. Welcome to prime time, bitch. A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, 1987.
Oh, yeah. You can't have a list of great horror movie quotes without Freddy Krueger being on that list somewhere, and probably several.
Right. It's honestly, it was very hard not to put a lot of repeats from movies. because you could literally make a top 30 of Freddy Krueger alone.
Yeah.
Honestly. Number 26, Be My Victim, Candyman, 1992.
Oh, yeah. Another, I mean, to me, these are all infamous quotes from those films. I mean, when I'm explaining or trying to explain the film to somebody, sometimes they might not even seen the movie, but they know the quotes.
Exactly.
So,
And some of the quotes are not necessarily like memorized by the film, like, The Thing. You got to be fucking kidding me. That's not really one of the more memorable lines from that movie, but that's just one of them that sticks out to me, and I think a lot of people too. But number 25, Sometimes Dead is better. Sorry, stumbled on my words. Pet Sematary, 1989.
Yep, another one of my favorites, said by old Fred Gwynn.
Sometimes dead is better.
Played the neighbor. Very memorable. Yeah,
Very.
dig it.
Number 24, What an Excellent Day for an Exorcism. The Exorcist, 1973.
Yeah, great quote. The demon mocking the priest coming in and everything. Perfect dialogue right there.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones, and we kind of quote that very often. Number 23, They're Coming to Get You, Barbara. Night of the Living Dead, 1968.
Ah, yeah, going back to the classic reinventing the wheel of the zombie, Mr. Romero.
Exactly. And to follow it up with another zombie quote at number 22, Send more paramedics. Return of the Living Dead, 1985.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Return of the Living Dead Part 2, there's a scene where he says the zombie goes, send more cops. So it's kind of like an homage to the first one.
Yeah.
So great line.
Exactly. And next is one that always tickles my fancy at number 21. Psychos don't explode when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are. From Dusk Till Dawn, 1996.
Yeah, there's a lot of great quotes from that film, too. 1996, Robert Rodriguez movie with a little help from the main man himself,
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
Quitting.
Quitting.
I'm quitting.
Quitting. I'm quitting. Number 20, Was That the Boogeyman? Halloween, 1978.
As a matter of fact, it was.
It was. Number 19, one of our personal favorites, Thrill Me, Night of the Creeps, 1986.
Yep, Mr. Tom Atkins, who plays the detective in that film. Every time he picks up the telephone, he goes, "Thrill me," which is hilarious because, you usually pick up the phone and say, "Hello," but he's like,
I'm going to start answering the phone like that.
yeah, it's like, hey, if you're going to call me, give me something to talk about.
Didn't he sign your, didn't you get a Night of the Creeps autograph?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and he put Thrill Me on it, right?
Yeah.
That's so fucking awesome. I'm kind of jealous, not jealous, because I've got 2 autographs by him.
Right.
But I don't have a Night of the Creeps. At number 18, oh look, another glorious morning makes me sick. Hocus Pocus 1993. We quote this very often in this house.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool that you're incorporating some of the kid-friendlier, movies as well, because there's a lot of quotable things from those types of movies.
Yeah, I wanted to include all types of horror, just like things that, we grew up watching, things we still quote. Speaking of that, at number 17, how about a bumper sandwich, bugger lips? Ernest Scared Stupid, 1991. I'm sorry. These quotes they just make my day a little bit better.
Yeah. Ernest Scared Stupid. Well, all the Ernest films are pretty dear to us, especially Ernest Scared Stupid. If you have not seen Ernest Scared Stupid, do yourself a favor, watch it. You're never too old for Ernest.
Miak. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep.
At number 16, Wolfman's Got Nards, Monster Squad, 1987.
Oh, yeah. Classic Wolfman Has Nards.
Yeah, putz. At number 15, You're All Doomed, Crazy Ralph, Friday the 13th, 1980. I'm sorry you've got to put up with my voices today, but this is some of these, you can't just say, you're doomed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doomed.
Well, you know, some of these people might not get unless you do the voice.
Yeah,
So,
you know?
Yeah, Crazy Ralph, and of course, he was right.
He was right.
Unfortunately, he didn't take his own advice, because in part 2, he got it.
He got it. Fucking crazy bastard, get out of here. At number 14, Don't Fuck with the Chuck, Child's Play 3, 1991.
Yeah, another great horror character, much like Freddy, probably second to Freddy as far as the most quotable horror icon, in my opinion.
Hands down, easily. Number 13, You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat, Jaws, 1975.
Well, you know, the funny thing about that quote is it's one of those quotes where people misquote. Most people say it and say, we're going to need a bigger boat. It's not. It's you're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
So either way, it's memorable. It's iconic. And for an almost 2.5 hour movie, if you can, like, remember that one quote and it's so memorable,
Yeah.
you know, it's an effective line.
And it wasn't in the script. That's what makes it even better about it. It was ad-libbed.
Yep.
At number 12, I've come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum. They Live, 1988.
Yep. Another John Carpenter entry on here with the late, great Rowdy Ronnie Piper doing his thing and delivering one of the most memorable quotes of the entire 80s.
Yeah, I fucking love They Live. At number 11, When There's No More Room in Hell, the Dead Will Walk the Earth. Dawn of the Dead, 1978.
Yep. Also, that quote was in the remake as well.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the person saying the quote in the remake is Ken Foray, who was the star of the first Dawn of the Dead.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And that's why the remake wasn't that bad. It was handled with love.
Yeah, it was quite good.
Yeah. Now we're in the top 10. My top 10's pretty solid. I feel okay with my top 10. At number 10, Be Afraid. Be Very Afraid. The Fly, 1986.
Yeah, The Fly is up there, top 5 best sci-fi horror films ever made. Of course, this is a remake, but, you know, the Vincent Price original film is pretty good too, but just doesn't hold a candle to the Jeff Goldblum 1986 film.
It really doesn't. It's just a superior film, you know. Sometimes you get those remakes that are just better than the original. Looking at you, hills have eyes. I'll die on that hill. At number 9, Wendy, Darling, Light of My Life. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna let you finish this sentence. I just said I'm gonna bash